And all we could hear underneath the jetty was that. Isn't that
Pretty sure it was a seal.
What was plural?
Well, multiple wolves.
Lots of wolves? I don't know. Happy to see one pink lake, and that looked really cool up in the sky. You press the return home button and it just started elevating, going 200 metres, 250 metres. I'm like, oh my god. So I scattered around some of these little towns, like Yorketown. All the water towers painted in different murals. We are so close to these wind farms and turbines now. That's alright. Well, bugger me. Crash the drone again. Last morning in Yorke Peninsula. So how'd we go fishing last night?
I think the seal got more than we did.
We were there for, a couple of hours. And all we could hear underneath the jetty was that. Isn't that
Pretty sure it was a seal.
Like that sound that a seal, that barking sound, I guess, isn't it?
Because funnily enough, the night before we did see a seal there.
Yeah.
And it took a fish from a fisherman.
Yeah. So, needless to say, we got no bites.
No one else got bites.
No. So, no luck again on the fishing front, but that's alright.
That's alright.
We'll keep trying. It was a nice night, it was.
A little bit windier than the night before, but still, in comparison.
But this morning we've woken up and it's been the best day so far by a country mile, and it's 18 degrees, quarter to 10.
Sunny
the sun's been out.
Yep. I've got shorts on.
So we are heading to Yorketown. So we're heading back to Adelaide today, but heading to Yorketown, which has many pink lakes. So fingers crossed with the sun out and everything's right, they will be pink today. And then we're just going to head back along the coast. There's a lot of artworks and nice beaches around there, little towns, historic towns. So just going to have a bit of a look around there before we head back up and around, back to Port Wakefield and head back to Adelaide. So looking forward to the day. We stopped at, so if you don't know much about Yorketown and the Pink Lake, there's a Pink Lake trail and they're just scattered around just the outskirts of Yorketown, the township. So being just, summer's kind of finished, a lot of them are dried up, so there's not a lot of, any water in them. Some of them do have a pink residue to them, and others are just white. So this one is one of the main pink lakes. You can see it's not very pink at the moment. The other one we stopped back there, that was the Geets, hope I'm pronouncing that right, Geets Lake, and that was the pinkest, so that's where I put the drone up, and that looked really cool. But you could see from the distance the other lakes are more white. So we all know with pink lakes it's all about the timing, good time of year, the weather, all of that. So sometimes it works for you and sometimes it doesn't. But happy to see one pink lake, and that looked really cool up in the sky. But this is another one here, and it has a little viewing area. So we'll have to come back and try again, because all those pink lakes, if they were lit up at one time with that pink, gee, it'd be a magnificent sight. So you can see on this little map all the pink lakes. So it's called the Salt Lake Trail. So we stopped, I don't know if you can see that, there at Geets Lake, and that was the real pink one. And now we are at the pink lake here where the letter K is, because that's where we are. So you can see a lot, huge ones, small ones, but yeah, the Geets one at this stage is the only one that's really bright pink. So now we're going to head up to the water tower, which is just in Yorketown. But yeah, on a good day with lots of everything going right for you with the weather and the water, how cool would that be lit up in pink? So the other thing that's pretty cool around Yorketown and around this part of Yorke Peninsula in general is the water tower art trail. So scattered around some of these little towns like Yorketown, all the water towers painted in different murals. So this one's focusing on the pink lakes, because all the pink lakes around the area. There's some wheat there, an old cottage, little information board. Took 37 days to paint. It's 20 metres high. Jasmine Crisp was the artist. So it features various crops, bottle brush, a pink salt lake, historical buildings and a Royal Flying Doctor service plane. Okay, cool. Right, on to the next one. Just spotted the Royal Flying Doctor plane up there. I was like, where is it, when I read that out on the board? And there it is up there at the front. So you really have to walk around the whole thing to see all the bits and pieces, but yeah, really well done. So we're heading to Troubridge Lighthouse, which is just over there in the distance, about 7k's now, about 4k's from where we're heading. It's a bit of a unique little one, so we'll see what it's like. Well, there he is, poking his head up there. So this is made out of brick. 1980.
45 years.
Wow. Troubridge. coast. You can see a bit rocky, unsealed road. But it's kind of like always lovely views. Almost like a mini Bunda Cliffs. Mini Bunda Cliffs. So lovely rugged coastline there. So we're heading to Stansbury now, which is the next little town on the coast, down this part. So you've got the stunning ocean to the right of you as you're driving, and the cliffs, and then to the left is a wind farm, which we're kind of getting closer to. So quite a unique setting. We are so close to these wind farms or wind turbines now. I don't think we've ever been this close. Wowzers. It's pretty cool.
Gala from before.
That's super cool. They're calling this the Troubridge Scenic Drive. Definitely recommend it. Just something different. Just seeing along the foreshore, you can see them there. There's mosaics, so they call it a mosaic trail. And there's just rocks scattered along the foreshore where you can spot the mosaics. So just outside of Edithburgh is another water tower art. So this one here has a little plaque. The artist is Mike Macatron. Took 15 days to complete, and the height is 25 metres, so a bit taller than the last one. So the theme has highlights the natural beauty and striking underwater views of Edithburgh jetty. So this one looks really striking and beautiful when you're driving up, so we'll get some good pictures of it. So this is, we're at Wool Bay, and actually it's a really lovely little beach. A little bit, you know, smell the seaweed, but it is Very quaint and nice, and there's a jetty there, and behind us here the Wall Bay lime kiln. So apparently they used to put limestone,
Never worked properly.
and that happened till from the late 19th century until 1950s. Put limestone in the kiln and burnt it, and that was shipped to Adelaide. That was used for mortar to it was used for mortar to build houses. So we're going to go and have a look. It's going to have awesome views of the water, so this will be pretty cool, I reckon. Tip, it is closed at the top, locked. I mean, you could probably climb over, but I'm not going to do that. If you can't handle the climb of the stairs that I just showed you, you can actually just park up the top in a car park and just walk over and look at the view from the top. Or you can do the little climb that I did, which wasn't too bad, but it is steep, so depending on your abilities. But I want to go back down. Seeing it's so beautiful, I'm going to see if I can put the drone up just to get some cool shots. That is stunning. Wall Bay, sorry. Wall Bay without the S. Wall Bay, which was lovely.
Is walls a word?
Well, it's plural.
What, multiple walls?
Lots of walls? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Wall Bay. And you just go down, so make sure you turn right and go down underneath where the jetty is. And as I said before, when I climbed up the top, for those who can't climb up those stairs to see the kiln, just park up the top of the car park and have a look.
And then drive down.
And then drive down, yeah. But lovely little outlook. That was really cool. Bit of history there. Never knew that when you burn down limestone, it makes lime, which is the mortar. Lime mortar to build houses. So learned something new today.
Through the early 1900s, most of the houses built in Adelaide had lime from here.
Yeah, so there you go. So now we're heading to Stansbury, which is only, all these towns are about 10 or 15 minutes away from each other. So that makes the drive really easy. So lots of little stops start again. I'm picturing in my head, never eat soggy wheat mix. East. The east side of the peninsula is very tidal, which is where we are at the moment. Still lovely. But the west side is where everyone kind of raves about it a bit more, where we were at Point
It's a little bit more rocky on this side too.
Yeah, a little bit more rocky on this side. So totally different outlook. So it's worth exploring both sides of the peninsula. Still very nice. So yeah, anyway, we're on to Stansbury now. Just having an intersection. And that is on the east side of the peninsula. Alrighty, next stop, Stansbury, which has the water tower art, so part of the trail. This one was painted by Mike Macatron. Well, he was the one that did the one back further on too. 13 days to complete it, that's all. Oh my gosh, that's insane. And it's 25 metres tall. It celebrates the notable fauna and natural landscape near and around Stansbury. So it's got a blue swimmer crab, pelican, dolphins, Norfolk Island pines, jetty, the coastline, and ribbon seaweed and oyster. So as soon as you drive up, you notice a big pelican and the blue swimmer crabs straight away. So we'll get some pictures of this one. Another magnificent piece of art. Okay, one of the last ones is the last one we're going to see today at Port Vincent, another water tower art mural. This one's on private property, so you can only view it from here. I put the drone up, had a bit of an accident, but I did get some pictures. So this one, Joel Van Moore is the artist. He completed it in 3 weeks. It's a 20-metre high one, and it's got a Naranga boy spearfishing in the bay, farmer's boy recreational fishing with his dog, some pine trees, yachts, barley crops and tidal sands. So another great piece of art. It's just the fact that, yeah, if you don't have a drone, you can drive up. No, you can't drive up there. There is a driveway. We didn't go there because it is private property. So a bit of a tricky one. Well, bugger me, crashed the drone again, but it's okay. I flew him in and I was trying to circle around the water tower and there were some trees. It was right, I wasn't going very fast. It was up the top and I could see the branches and I was like, oh shit. And then it sort of tumbled, stayed on, and then all I could see was like blue sky. So, and it wouldn't move, and I'm like, what is going on? And so, you know, you press the return home button, and it just started elevating, going 200 metres, 250 metres. I'm like, oh my God, stop. And again, all I could see it was blue sky. I had no idea where it was. All I knew was it kept going higher and higher. So I stopped that, had a bit of a, oh shit, better walk in and have a look. So I started walking towards the tower.
She's oversimplifying her stress levels here.
And then I was like, oh, I'll use the gimbal. And
Which starts with a, oh shit, I've crashed it.
Yeah, I didn't panic. Anyway, the gimbal, I rotated the gimbal and all of a sudden I looked down, I could see where we were, so I could fly it in. So it looks okay, there's no cracks, no, you know, when I turn it on, no alarm bells going off. There's a slight little notch in a propeller, but like so slight. It was fine when it flew back, so I'll have to go back and watch the footage and see what.
What's the moral of the story, Sky?
Don't fly near trees. Again.
No. Do you fly near trees?
I don't know.
Pay attention.
I'm surprised because it's got all the
It wasn't
alerts
far
on it.
away. It was like 20 metres away.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't sort of panic too much. But anyway, it's okay. Survives for another journey. So that's it pretty much for our trip. Now we're heading back to Adelaide. We're probably about 45 minutes to get back to civilization Adelaide land. But that was a really good trip. It felt like, you were just saying, it felt like we were away for longer than 2 nights, which means it was a good trip if you feel like that. But obviously so much more to see. The top part we have seen but didn't do it this time, so we'd love to go back. Have fallen in love with Point Turton. We always said we'd love to go and live in Coffin Bay. I tell you what, that's a pretty good spot around Flattery Beach and closer to Adelaide if you need anything, you know, major, shopping wise.
Like at Corny Point just now.
Yeah, or Corny.
Buy a tractor.
Yeah, get a tractor and stay there. So if you haven't been to Yorke Peninsula, definitely do it. And whilst, you know, you hear about Moonta Bay and Wallaroo, they're awesome
Big
spots.
places.
But do go down, check out the national park. You know, you can access it with any vehicle. Just the $13 pass, $14 pass for the day. And you just need a day, I reckon, to have a look through there.
Yeah,
So,
if we'd spent the whole day there Thursday.
yeah. We didn't start till midday, so
3.
yeah, whole day.
That's all you need.
Yeah, and then the fishing, whilst we didn't catch anything, great fishing